Alright, got a clogged sink. So we left the P-trap and everything assembled on one sink, and we had to disassemble the trap and put the camera through on the other side. Oh boy. Yeah, that's definitely it. It's right there at that spot. That's the reason why I'm doing it by hand with a hand auger, because if there's any buildup, I want to kind of feel it in my hands. With the machine, I'm having to use a smaller cable, so I can't just power through the blockage. Just want to make sure I don't come up with trouble in the shower. I don't think this is a simple hair stoppage. Doesn't feel that way. See, without the camera, I want to actually know if I'm going the right direction. See, there's a T underneath that water. And I gotta get the cable. To go down the right way. Just make sure I didn't actually. Yeah, so if I was past this, the cable would be in this pipe right here. It's not. And then this pipe is inches off. Look on that stoppage. What you don't know is right now, even though I'm using a hand auger, this is a professional plumbing auger. So the reason why is because it has a chuck on there, like a drill chuck, and it actually locks. So if I don't get this in 2 minutes, 12:55, I'm going to go ahead and then grab the bigger snake. You might have to cut an axis into this. Because this stoppage is definitely hard. I'm getting past that section, so either one or two things happen. Either a cable broke, or that stoppage definitely past that area that was really hard to get through. Nope, cable's not broken. And right back at that spot. Whatever it is, I'm hooked into it. Nope. Is the water going down? Looks that way, doesn't it? Yep, water level's definitely dropping. feels like I'm in the blockage right now. Looks like it feels like I'm getting it open. See, it's like you're grabbing it, and then you're pulling it. Give it some tension. Bam! And Bob's your uncle. Oh, you have no idea how amazing that feeling is. If only you understood what that feels like for you. Oh, if only you knew. It's amazing. Okay, so before we take this out, here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn on the water, because what we want to do is we want to see if it's going to back up. Let it start to back up right now. Make sure nothing's leaking. So the reason why we did all this is because what we didn't want to have to do is cut a clean out in, or to do anything, or to put a clean out into the trap on. That's the pipe that goes past, that's the pipe between the clean out, or the P-trap and the wall. So I'm trying to do this as simple as possible without running up the cost for the homeowner. There's obviously, yep, so you see the water came back. So water did come back. Now, of course, if I got hair in there, we're going to know if I got hair, because when I pull it, the water level will rise, but it's not rising. And the thing is with a hand auger, if you've never used it, if I was better at editing, I wouldn't be a plumber. You'd also be able to see what my motions are. But the point of it is, I'm not using I only have probably less than 6 inches of exposed cable between the chuck and the sink drain at any given time. And what we want to do is make sure that we're running water when we snake it out. So as we're rotating this, super important, run water. Water comes up. And then for the viewer, you ever have like a plumber that tells you that he's going to charge you more if he has to use a camera? This is why I really highly suggest to let them, use whatever tools they need. And the reason why is because how are you able to decide as the homeowner, or as the non-plumber rather, that he doesn't need to use a camera? The entire reason why I'm able to do this, the only reason I can do this, is because of the camera. If I didn't have this camera, there's old school plumbers in here who would have just been like, oh, that's an easy turn to make, right? Well, maybe for you. For me, it's a little bit harder. I think we got it. Let's turn this water back on. But like even this, there's no mess on the other side. It's filling up. I see it fill up. I stop. Right there. Yep. The only reason why I didn't want to cut in the clean out was because then I'd have to let the glue dry. And I just don't want to wait for that. So if I could do it this way, it really does help things out. Oh boy, I spoke too soon. What I mean by that is the cable just torqued up. Let me see if I can pull this cable and let me see if there's anything on the other end. Nothing. So I just pushed it down, so it's in the horizontal pipe, I'm in the vertical pipe, and I'm in the horizontal pipe. I know that because I push super easy. Okay, so I don't want to run any water because I want to give it time to drain, because what we may end up doing is actually setting the camera, instead of stopping here, going all the way down the drain, kind of seeing what's wrong. But I want to test it, so the way I'm going to do is flush the toilet. Okay, so I just flushed the toilet and I listened to the drain where the camera is through, and I heard it. So what that tells me is that the drain is actually open. Okay, I heard the noise of the water actually going into the pipe. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You can't see this, of course. Like I said, if I knew how to do all that fancy editing, then we'd be, it wouldn't be just a regular plumber, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flush the toilet, and you're right next to the drain, and you should be able to hear it pretty easily. Okay, so once again, I heard that. Which is a really good sign. Listening to drains is actually one of the things that's helped me out the most figure out drain problems. Not sure who's just watching this, but if you listen to the drain, I'm being serious here, if you listen to the drain or to the vents, it'll let you know what's blocked, what's not blocked, where's your problem, where do you need to focus your attention. So we're going to run some water. Now if it backs up, what this tells me is that there is definitely going to be a foreign object in there that's acting like a flapper. And I need to come in there and actually take a better look. Okay, you could hit pause. So if you remember, I think I said something like I was going to work at this, and then I just like went a minute over, or maybe 2 minutes over, and bam, I got it. Man, sometimes we give up on things and we have no idea how close we're coming to success, you know? But you know what? There's a lot of people who, I guess that's the difference, is like there's a lot of people in this world who know when what we think is the right thing at the time, but it turns out to be the wrong thing, and we quit on it at the right time. Fishing kind of comes to mind, right? A good fisherman knows when it's time to pick up and move to the spot and go somewhere else and try his luck somewhere else. But hey, you're not watching this for my philosophical advice, are you? That's why we have Jordan Peterson. Alright, but yeah, see, so it's not backing up, so that's a really good thing. So if I pull up a big clump of hair, that's good. And if I don't pull back in here, and I think here's what I would probably pull back, but if I don't pull anything back, what that tells me is I'm more likely flushed it down and it got into the drain, into the main drain, and then flushing the toilet a couple of times will kind of get it moving. Nothing. So. So yep, this was just a hand auger that I used, but it was a little bit special. This is more of a professional style one. I don't even think they sell it at Home Depot. I think you'd have to go to a place like Alan J. Coleman to buy one of these. You know, basically like a plumbing store, like a Ferguson. But yeah, like Alan J. Coleman would definitely have it. Okay, so now I got that, and I was able to get that done without needing that clean out put in, which is fantastic. Because if that clean out wasn't there, what I'd be worried about is us actually, so now what I'm going to do, yeah, see, this is the problem here. So, and so what I'm doing is I'm bouncing, so I'm pulling back the camera, putting the camera in there, pulling it back real quick, and so when it drops, it'll be vertical down, okay? But this does take a couple minutes to kind of get right, so we're going to hit pause. All right, well, so here's what we got, is you're in the same pipe, but this is cast iron. What you can see is that little bitty hole, right? And that's what my hand auger basically went through. And that's what I was catching on, was that. So, So there's actually, goes from ABS into cast iron pipe. Now, the reason why is because on upper end homes, they called it the quiet pipe, cast iron. And because they don't want to hear anyone flushing the toilet or anything from another room. So they went into was it was ABS in the wall, but in the wall, but then like in the floors or, the ceilings, that's what we have is cast iron. It looks like I just poked that hole. That's your transition right there. This is I'd be surprised if this house was built in the 80s. And I would own it. And then that's the same place that we've been going to. Right there. That's the same one right there. Okay? So, obviously I'm not showing the customer service this place, but I'll just show you really quick what I've been talking about. So they had the trap, and I would have needed to put a clean out right here, and I didn't want to do that. So what I did was I put the camera here, I went to that other sink on the other side, and I just worked through there. And so then this way, I'm just trying to minimize the cost to the homeowner. So this has been from Sinks to Sewers. We'll be looking at that sink a little bit more. At that cast iron, we'll probably end up opening it up a little bit more, and that's going to do it. Thank you all for watching. From Sinks to Sewers, don't forget that I do drain cleaning as well. 805-758-5901.